twice this year. Then after that, we take off a little bit of time. They can have a kid or something, and then come back twice more.
Becoming doesn't mean I'm not going to have time. But it does mean that I have a new baby and I have to focus, give that baby my undivided attention.
Skin girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light skin that they just all that. But they can come on people's shit talk.
Gab is like my best friend. I talk to him about everything, and when like the time is right, people want details of.
It is known that Pap and Claressa are not legally married because Remy has not yet signed the divorce papers and could be on the radar screen if she does. Questions regarding whether Remy Ma's subtle jabs at Claressa Shields are causing jealousy or if Remy has a good reason to feel this way are raging on the streets. Rumor has it that Claressa is trying to keep Papoose from having a baby. Hook for some significant alimony, but it's unclear if Remy will leave on official terms and whether Claressa plans to become pregnant to terminate things permanently. Rumor has it that she is already pregnant, and just when we thought the triangular situation couldn't get any stranger, Remy reveals the truth. It's quite the roller coaster. Papoose and Claressa have been advancing their romance at full speed by attending events together, working together on reservations, and openly supporting one another. Some, such as seasoned power couple specialists, believe Claressa is hinting that she wants to take a break from boxing to focus on other interests. However, others have speculated that she might already be pregnant based on her recent movements. If that's the case, Remy might have made a significant mistake because Papoose is in a state of halfway limbo, with one foot in the relationship and the other out. Claressa leads a happy and vibrant life. Remember back in December when Remy attempted to exaggerate the situation by revealing those confidential exchanges between Claressa and Pap? She sincerely believed she would have an impact, but it was unsuccessful. Even though Pap had been keeping matters private, once Remy made them public, people celebrated the new couple rather than dragging them. At first, Claressa was anxious since she had big collaborations, film deals, and sponsorships lined up, and her PR team was undoubtedly. Sweating but astonished, unexpected, everyone greeted her and Pap as if they were the newest, most popular couple on the internet. By the time Pap woke up, they said he had begun to take Claressa Remy seriously. There has been radio silence ever since she ended up bringing attention to a love tale for which she was unprepared. They believe she was causing trouble. Remy hasn't spoken a word, left any dubious remarks on Instagram, or included any subliminal bars in her songs. Meanwhile, whether it's for public appearances or romantic retreats, Pap and Claressa are out together. They flaunted themselves like the main characters, spending Valentine's Day in Hawaii, parking courtside at Knicks games, and even having Pap show up covering her exit at her major fight like it was a scene from a movie. Glamorous and obviously in love, Claressa even posted a video of them dancing and having a good time online, which she confirmed when fans began to question it. Pap is still cool and Claressa is out there. She's providing. She even allegedly attempted to reintegrate into Pap's life in an attempt to mend fences and reestablish their friendship. But let's just say that things could have gone too far. But Pap said that he would not be going back. Imagine being loyal to someone and standing by them during their entire 6-year prison term just to have them play with Easy, the block captain, as if nothing had happened. It did not sit well with Pap. Made it clear that he and Claressa are currently locked in, and who can truly blame him? Remy is starting to feel the consequences of her blowing it now that he's happy and moving on. Because he is trustworthy, devoted to his family, and has never once tried to make her feel uncomfortable in public. Papa has always been the kind of man that women say they want. But instead of realizing it, Remy lost a man who genuinely stood by her, became overconfident, and put herself in danger. During a recent live broadcast, Claressa was beaming as she discussed Pap, saying that they are a terrific match, that he is the best man she has ever met, and how much she values their conversations. He is a sweetheart who deserves all the good things in life, she said, and she is sure she is just that for him. When baby Claressa is with a lady who truly appreciates what he does for her, she doesn't hesitate to show her affections. Hey, That's how you express your affection. Next, she appeared on the Taryn Hall and Claressa performed a double down, and she remarked, "Pap is a dream come true." She's soaking it all in, even going so far as to say that he gives her that ride or die mentality. He is confident, modest, and supportive. What really caught her attention was her statement that she is a powerful woman with a commanding presence who needs someone who isn't intimidated by that, and Pap is obviously intelligent, respectful, and skilled. We all know the man can rap. Let's not pretend it wasn't a jab at Remy. We all know how long Pap was with Ray and how things didn't work out. With Claressa, he's finally regaining that recognition and affection. This is not the first time that Claressa has been the subject of pregnancy rumors. They date back to 2023. During Claressa's major rematch with Hannah Gabriel's Jada Davis, who was once her trainer and is purportedly connected to boxer Tony Harrison, suddenly disclosed that Claressa was expecting a child. Dispute when Claressa dominated and swept the scorecards. People were taken aback and asked, "Wait, what?" Jada revealed in a recent video that Claressa kept her pregnancy a secret during the fight. With the precise words, she fought Hannah Gabriel while pregnant and didn't tell anybody. Suddenly, both boxing insiders and fans had something to say on the internet. When you think about it, it kind of adds up. Since Ray hasn't signed the divorce papers, perhaps the best option to keep Claressa and Pap together if they can't get married is to have a child. Being at the top is typically described as lonely, but for Remy, it seems much more so. Some accuse Jada of being attention-seeking, while others question whether she was telling the truth. The real question now is how long it will take for Remy to get messy because, let's face it, we know she won't just sit back and listen to everything that happens. The door seems to close quickly if Remy Ma gets defensive or agitated because this is the same Remy Ma who was shot and imprisoned. If a baby is on the way, it's game over because the man who once loved her is now seeing Claressa again. Things might quickly spiral out of control. For example, when Claressa said she would be open to fighting Remy in the ring, even if this never happened, supporters were ecstatic about the prospect. Now that Pap is focusing on Claressa, some are worried if Ray would vent her anger and cause trouble. Just when you thought it could get any stranger, 50 Cent's voice was added. Yes, that 50 told Claressa to be careful with Remy. As you may know, 50 doesn't talk about anything unless he's. By putting up a warning flag, Remy might be preparing to escalate the situation and not in a good manner. Consider this. Prior to Remy's arrival, Pap already had a large family, but aside from his daughter, not much has been spoken about it in his instance. Numerous celebrity-blended families have demonstrated how easy co-parenting may be. Dejanay Mackey, born in 1997, Jamal Mackey, born in 1999, and his former spouse, Yet Lashley. Even though Yvette and Destiny were born in 2000 from a previous relationship, people said that Chamla wasn't really embracing the role of stepmother and wasn't very thrilled with the idea. This takes us back to the present, where Ray has been making fun of everyone else while her son is dealing with legal issues and is currently involved in a significant shooting case. Perhaps she ought to look for herself before making fun of everyone else. Criticize other people. It makes sense that Remy would feel protective of Pap in light of all mentioned above. She certainly doesn't like the thought of someone else starting a family with him, especially if there will be a child. A baby creates a relationship that lasts. It's not just a new romance or a rebound. Everything is changed by a child. If the rumors are accurate, Remy might view it as a serious danger because she has already experienced issues with Pap's ex-partner. Connections, therefore, although this problem with Claressa is not new, it is more difficult to manage because of its increased visibility and volume. Since Remy refuses to sign the divorce papers, Claressa becoming pregnant would be a significant change. Even if Claressa is unable to wed Pap, they will have a lifelong kid together. In addition to the scheduling, Claressa has stated that she will only compete in 2 more boxing matches before retiring. What happens when a boxer retires? More time spent at home, more opportunities for bonding, and more opportunities for Pap and From Ray's point of view, Claressa's efforts to strengthen their relationship could be seen as a conscious action. While you're at it, be sure to click the like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next chapter of this story. Please consider using the comment section below to share your thoughts. We are just warming up, so watch the next video.